Yo, it's Triz, and I know what you're thinking. You see all these pro players and streamers using a hitbox, but you don't want to spend 200 bucks just to play a game. Well, I've got something to show you. Say hello to the RAC-J500B, a cheaper alternative to the hitbox that does all the same things for 140 bucks cheaper. Right? Not quite. But let's get into the video. But before we do that, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Also, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos and when I stream. Psst, I stream right here on YouTube. I've noticed that majority of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so I'm trying to change that. But enough talk, let's go. So the first thing that I noticed when using the J500B is that when you plug it in, the buttons aren't really working the way you want them to. They're not assigned to anywhere particular, but they're just kind of mapped wherever. You have to kind of go in, change everything to make sure it works for the game you're playing. And you'll notice here that the start button is on the right side and the back button there as well. I set those up. And the weirdest thing that I've noticed is right here with the X and Y axis, you have to actually set those to the left button and the jump button to make them work. You don't set up the D-pad button, which is very strange to me. Now you'll hear the controller. As you can hear, they're kind of clicky. The build quality is very lightweight. It feels honestly very cheap. You can hear the noise inside actually. It's very hollow. And it's got these weird suction cups on the bottom. I don't know what they're supposed to be used for, but they're super duper hard to take out. You can see I'm pulling them out, trying to as hard as I can, and they're not coming out. But like you see here, you can do your regular bread and butter combos. It does work. It does do the things you need a hitbox controller to do. You can do your jump, air, snails, all the good stuff, the rinse-ins as an Axel player. But the question you have to ask is, can it do an Axel bomber? And as you can see, you can do an Axel bomber loop on it, and that's all I really care about as an Axel main. It does work. It feels okay, but the buttons feel very sticky, and I can't always get my insta air dashes, my IEDs, off correctly. It's like maybe 1 out of 5 times I'll get it correctly, as you can see. It's not a bad controller, but I do not think it really touches the hitbox. The hitbox is to me a superior controller. My biggest concern and gripe with this controller is that the buttons are super sticky, and I can definitely tell that it's not the quality I'm used to from using the hitbox. And here we have it, my daily driver, my hitbox, or as I've named it, the death box. Let's listen to how it sounds. These are some of the classic buttons that came with the hitbox before I changed them out. They still sound a lot less clicky and noticeable that there's a notch in there. The build quality is really nice. It's heavy duty. It's not heavy as in it feels heavy, but you know it has quality to it. It feels well put together. It's got a detachable cable and it has 4 buttons on the back of the controller. Underneath, you have the screws where you can open it up, mod it how you want, do different things to it. That's how I put the new faceplate and the new buttons into it. So there's obviously a lot of customizable things you can do with this controller over the J500B. For insta air dashes, it works perfectly. Every time I want to do one, backwards or forward, it comes out. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to stress about it. I do not want a controller to where if I'm trying to do something in a tournament, it doesn't work out. A few bread and butter combos there work out pretty fine, and obviously, and most importantly, you can do an Axel bomber. I just feel like the hitbox is just a better controller altogether. You can get out the inputs you want to get out. It feels smoother. You don't have to worry about the cheapness of the feel and the small size as well. All right, there you have it. I'll sum it up here. If you're short on cash and want to play with this style of controller, then by all means, the J500B is not a bad option. But I will say that the hitbox is pretty much better in every area other than cost. You're gonna pay a little bit more for the premium, but you get what you pay for, and I'm very happy with my purchase. But if I was in a pinch and I had nothing else to use, then I'll probably pick this up and rock with it the best I can with its sticky buttons and small size. But now's the time I get to ask you guys some questions. What controller do you play on? Are you looking for a change for another type of controller? Maybe the hitbox? And do you feel like the hitbox is really the controller of the future? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said before, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. But until then, just remember, it's been real, it's been nice, but it hasn't been real nice. Deuces!